It's a common refrain for people to say, I hate people. I really just hate people. My dog or my cat, animals are so much better than people. And you know what? I understand the sentiment. I get it. It's easy to say that. It's easy to feel that way. But for me personally, I try not to be like a real hateful person. I actually, throughout my life, have made it a point to not say that I hate that person or this thing or, just anything. In general, I try not to use the word hate. Hate takes a lot of energy. When you hate someone or something, that takes space in your soul and in your mind. You have to actively focus on that you hate. And a lot of the times becomes your identity. Now, how does hating a person become your identity? Well, Trump derangement, for one example. But I'm not going to go down that road right now. For me, it's not that I hate people. It's a lot deeper. For me, I am beginning to feel like I cannot be empathetic or sympathetic. I don't feel bad for other people. And I think this stems from growing up feeling like I was forced to be the good example. I come from a background where my family's broken. Lots of addiction and things of that sort. And I was the one that was going to make it, right? I spent so much time making sure that I made it through school. I did the right thing. And then I became somebody who focused so much on, I want to be like a great person. I want to be an example. I want to be someone that people can look up to and everyone's like, oh, Frank, yeah, we love him. He's a great dude. Like, oh, it's Frank fucking, he freaking rescued my cat from a tree. You know what I mean? Like, I spent so much of my younger years with that mentality of, I want to be like this super great, impressive, amazing, nice person that everyone knows and loves. And I'm, involved in this. I'm involved in that. I volunteer. I'm da-da-da-da-da. You see me this and that. That was huge for me. And this wasn't like, I need people's approval or else I won't feel good about myself. Like, it wasn't about approval as much as it was about me being better than where I came from. And I think as people, generally speaking, that's the trap that we get caught in. And for most people, it is about approval. They want to feel like they belong. They don't want to be in the out group. They want to be in the in group. So they'll be a certain way. They'll create a certain kind of personality. There is just a very specific way that they want to be a part of somebody's group or, somebody's just praise or whatever. Like that's I think, human nature. But experiencing the way people truly are, seeing the way society is actually set up, the hierarchies and the politics of life and even work life, the politics of everything, and the nature of short-mindedness and the lack of loyalty and the lack of things mattering to people, like deep relationships, a lot of that just, it isn't there. And after being done so wrong by so many people, the most important people in my life, starting with my parents, then my siblings, then girlfriends, and then supposed family friends. And I spent so much time trying to be nice to these people and trying to always make sure that I was above board, that people didn't look at me like, oh wow, like he's not nice, he's rude, like what kind. I spent so much time, I guess, people pleasing. And once I started really getting into politics and the psychology behind politics and the psychology behind people, and watching the things people get away with in our society, damn near murder. People are getting away with attempted murder. People are getting away with being out here protesting. I've watched the shit people get away. You drive down the road, people are smoking fentanyl in the bus stop out right in the open. I've watched people walk into the store, steal, walk right out. Nothing. But I gotta walk out the store after I bought my shit, and I have to show them my receipt. So essentially, grocery stores can hold me hostage if I don't have my receipt as I'm walking out of the store. But old homeless Jim over there can walk right in, steal it, walk right out. No questions asked. You know, I've dated. You know, these women out here are just ghetto and incapable of love and adoring men, and they're so brainwashed. For me, the first date question is, can a man be a woman? This is where we're at. Like, I'm so disillusioned by everything. This isn't what we were promised. The fact that most women that I will come across will think that a man can be a woman is absolutely insane. How do you expect me to date? The last girl I was with believed this wholeheartedly. The girl before that I was in a long relationship with, she believed it. Luckily, I was able to actually convince her that she's psychotic and that's not true. But the most standard, basic stuff. How am I supposed to have empathy? How am I supposed to have sympathy? How am I supposed to give a damn about anybody when every single important person in my life has betrayed me? From my mom to my dad, my brother, my sisters. My longest relationship got cheated on. You know, all these friends that I had them, you know, I was feeding them. They were smoking my weed, drinking my liquor, coming over to my house, staying the night. I was rescuing these people in the middle of the night when they were having problems with their family. I had the car, I had the place, I had the food, I had the money. And what do I have to show for it? Nothing. They're all gone. They took what they needed from me, took advantage of me caring, being a loyal, good friend who tries to love people, and they used and abused me, and then turned around and literally were like, yeah, fuck you, man. How dare you judge me? After I saved these people. You go to work, you work with all these people. You're best friends when you're at work. Everyone's hunky-dory. We're partying together, you name it. As soon as you're gone, it's like you never existed. You don't hear from these people. You don't hear from anybody. Work, you know, everyone knows this. Like, your coworkers are not your friends, but It's sad that it has to be that way, because how else do you make friends? How do you make friends? That's really the question. I date these girls who are just degenerates. I dated a girl who was still technically married, living with the dude, and she was fucking with me. I'm not gonna go down the list, but I've been with some nasty women, man. Mean ones, too. And I don't understand. Like, what is a good woman? And say you get her, you marry her, 20 years later, well, she gets that, well, I'm gonna leave. How am I supposed to wait 20 years? You expect me to just do that with somebody? And expect they won't just leave me? Because as a man, I know once I get that person, I'm really trying my hardest to keep it. Because I ain't gonna find much else, and I don't want to go through the whole process again. So I just don't understand what being nice will do for me. What being this great person who pulls cats out of trees and who is involved in that organization and this charity and volunteering there, and he's so, talkative and, friendly with everybody. He's so outgoing. And what do you gain from that? Have you noticed the nicest, most caring people are usually the ones getting sent to the side, getting pushed to the side? You're not good enough. They're getting killed. You got people like Charlie Kirk want to have conversations blasted in the neck. All types of just like good people throughout history who ended up getting the worst treatment. I don't see the incentive. The worst people on earth are the richest people on earth, are the most famous people on earth, are the most successful, the ones who get the red carpet rolled out to them when they walk out the bathroom from taking a shit. Bad people. And I'm not saying I'm going to go and be a bad person. There's a difference between being a bad person and just not caring anymore. And I just don't care anymore. I don't want to be nice to people. I don't want to be this great example. I don't want to do shit. I just don't care. I don't feel anymore. Now I feel more negative emotions, but things don't excite me. Nothing is exciting. Nothing is fun. I look at these people I work with and I listen to the shit they say and I'm just like, you guys are fucking just shallow. So many people have nothing better in their lives but just shallow shit. You see the new TV show? Did you see the football game? I went to the shitty music concert. I drank so much last night. I'm so sick. I blacked out. Yeah, I don't see the incentive in trying to be nice, trying to care about anything other than myself and what I'm doing, and just isolating myself, just staying away. I just mind my own business. I'm tired of this fake shit, having to fake everything to try to form friendships and relationships. Fuck off. Yeah, I just don't care about other people. And I don't really care about their problems, especially when they're self-inflicted. Nobody gives a fuck about me and my problems. I don't want him. I don't want him to. I don't want pity. I've made it this far, having the right mentality and just hustling and having goals and plans for how I want to be. I don't want to be out on the street. I don't want to be a complete loser. I have everything that I could want and need. Got a place of my own. I have a job. I have an apartment. I have a cat. You know, kind of have my health. That's a whole different story in its own. So, yeah, I don't hate people. Again, I don't hate a lot. I'm working on that personally. I mean, I say a lot to myself that no one else hears, and that's between me and God. But overall, I'm not a hateful person. I'm just I don't care about anybody anymore. I don't. Nobody cares about what I got going on. It's just this dog eat dog individualistic society. We live in a society, so anyway. Who knows? Maybe God will change my heart or something, but right now it's just work and isolate until I don't wake up. I don't have desire anymore to really try that hard to be a part of all of that. Whatever all of that is. So, yes, sir! We out here surviving life.